The last 24 hours have certainly been an interesting turn of events. RFK, like an hour ago, turning around and basically saying the whole government is corrupt, America is fat and unhealthy because of the food complex, we're in perpetual wars because of the military-industrial complex, and we're perpetually sick because of the pharmaceutical complex. Then he turns around and endorses Donald Trump. He removes himself from the battleground state ballots and leaves himself on the rest. And just like that, the betting odds favor Trump again. Look, I guess the honeymoon phase for Kamala Harris is finally over, as we said was going to happen. And then after a week of the DNC, Trump comes out and says this.
Last night, the speech, she made 26 different things that were lies. She lied. Kamala Harris is now pretending to endorse my policy. She's got a lot of other policies. She's a copycat. She's a flip-flopper. You know what a flip? She's the greatest flip-flopper in history.
Maybe that's why they spent their entire DNC attacking Trump. And thankfully, thank God it's over. Beyonce did not show up, by the way, as the rumor was circulated that she was going to be there. This was all an attempt to get people to watch because they knew nobody would turn in for Kamala Harris, which many Democrats are actually super mad about. I know, shocking that Democrats would lie about something to you. And believe it or not, I mean, it's crazy. Only one Democrat got mugged while in Chicago. I would have thought there would have been like a ton more, but I guess they didn't get out of the compound in their gated community very much. We got like 2.5 more months of this, folks. And now with RFK out, it leaves even less room for Kamala to get around doing a press conference before then. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I hope she does. But I'm sure the media is just going to keep running cover fire for her with her non-agenda. They're literally saying, oh, don't worry about policy. She'll release that after she gets elected. And I was, really? I mean, what could go wrong with that, right? Remember the last time Democrats did this?
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
That was about Obamacare. How'd that work out for America? Healthcare costs like doubled almost overnight. You want to roll those dice again? I don't. That's like walking into a job interview and it's like, just hire me first, then I'll give you my resume after that. About, give or take, approximately 0 people would hire you like that. Yet here Democrats are like cheering it on blindly like a bunch of sheep. They're criticizing the actual policy that at least Donald Trump is putting forward, but like on cue. To cover for this, the New York Times, this morning, I had to do a double take on this. The email subject. Yes, I get the New York Times daily emails. It says, why Harris's centrism is working. What? Seriously? I guess they forgot about the fact that Kamala was rated the most liberal senator. They did this with Joe Biden, too. These people printed barrels of ink telling everyone Joe Biden was some kind of moderate. And instead of, we ended up with, on the verge of World War III, a fiscal cliff and 20 million illegal immigrants here. He ran some of the most liberal policies there were. So liberal that they made Barack Obama sometimes look conservative. No wonder they're trying to do the same thing. And to further show how dumb this media is, the same day they're talking about how historic and impactful and how awesome Kamala Harris's speech was. You would have thought she cured cancer by the way they were talking. But it was so void of actual content. There was nothing to report on, so that the New York Times reporter were forced to do stuff like this. Look at this headline. Kamala Harris, Navy DNC suit and blouse is Chloe again. I don't even know what that word means. But just like the tan one, part of showing the world who she is. What are they talking about? How does a pantsuit show the world who you are? It's like the same fabric I have on my Pottery Barn couch at home. Or her colleague, Monica, she is the NBC News White House correspondent. She's writing this garbage. There are 100,000 balloons in the drop. Inflating them requires a specialized system developed in 1988 designed to handle large quantities with ease. The success of that, I mean, look, this is how dumb this stuff is. These people are not real people. They live in a bubble. And when you and I laugh at them, they might write more pieces because they think we're the crazy ones. Lady, half the country can't afford food and gas and a mortgage, and you're writing about 100,000 balloons? And Kamala Harris's pantsuits? Give me a break. This media has lost their ever-loving mind. But nothing tops the BBC. These people, this is so funny. They bought so hard on this woke agenda that they filmed and even like extra produced an interview that they did on the floor. And the craziest part is, half the internet agrees with me that it's some sort of conservative troll disguised as a Democrat, but the other half, and apparently BBC News, they think it's a real serious Kamala voter. Get a load of this.
What brought you out here today? No, listen, my name is Noah Shorts. I use he, they pronouns. Like, I'm just really excited that we have, like, the first black woman that could be the president of the United States. And, you know, like, my wife, right? We're in a polyamorous relationship. The lover that my wife took is African-American. Were you this pumped and excited when Joe Biden was the nominee? I mean, listen, like, I would vote for a corpse over voting for Donald Trump because he's a disgusting fascist, white supremacist pig. You know, I am so excited. I'm a proud white dude for Kamala Harris, baby. Let's go.
I don't know what's worse, if this is real or not real. You see why I don't take these people seriously? But the fact that I can't distinguish them tells you everything you need to know about the Democrat Party. I don't take these reporters, these publications, nothing seriously. I certainly don't take their social media influencers seriously. These are the people right here voting for and supporting Kamala Harris.
Black children need to be separated from white children and any other race when it comes to education, because no other race, especially white people, will tell the black person's history truthfully.
White people won't actually teach it. I mean, apparently no one's teaching history. And what are our schools doing? There was literally an entire 30-year civil rights movement where black people were willing to get knocked down in the streets with fire hoses. They were walking miles rather than, riding in the back of buses. Black civil rights leaders were assassinated. Thousands went to jail in actual peaceful protests, not like the BLM garbage. But beyond that, Brown versus Board of Education, one of the most consequential Supreme Court decisions of this country's history. The racial segregation in public schools is unconstitutional. All that hard-fought gain for fools like this who want to go right back to it. That's the Democrat base. You want this? This is what the Democrat Party is for. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know how much more this week I could have taken with all this crazy stuff.